Good day, netizens. King of Starford here with an episode of Let's Play No Man's Sky. This is a game that I have played before. I've actually platinumed this game. So it's not, the game isn't new to me. I haven't played in quite a while. I've missed a lot of the new updates that are out. As a matter of fact, a new update went live today. This is April 8th, 2026, and the Xeno Arena update went live today. Apparently you can catch creatures and fight them in like a digital hollow arena and genetically modify them and all kinds of things, according to the update page there. So maybe we'll get into that at some point. That'll probably be a while, but let's jump in so that you can see this is a really I want to say big game. It's wide open in what it kind of lets you do. The goal that we'll be going for is to go from wherever it is that we spawn in the galaxy to the center of the galaxy, which then lets you warp to galaxy. There are like 255 galaxies in this game that you can visit, and you can put an asterisk next to that because there are other ones, or at least one more, but you have to have some kind of tricky way to get there. Like somebody has to already be there and invite you into their game, and I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, we'll get to all that at some point and see about these other galaxies and how you get to them too. But alright, let's jump in. We'll do a normal game. And I forget how this starts. So every one of these little points of light is a star system. That's really what the galaxy map looks like. I don't, it was something quintillion, 18 quintillion different systems or planets, or I don't know if it was 18 quintillion stars or 18 quintillion planets, but it's enough that we're not going to visit them all before the heat death of the universe. If everybody was playing and was visiting them, like everybody visited one planet per second for the rest of time. So it's a lot. We're going to come across a lot of planets that nobody has visited before. And oddly, we're also going to come across a lot of planets that people have visited before. Because in some of the systems that are for some of the quests and stuff, it takes you into some systems that are not quite randomly generated, if you will. So you will see planets that are named and have been discovered by other people and such, but here we go. Begin initialization, hit square. Oh. Looks a little warm at 137 degrees, and it's a little bit toxic. Bitten heat's gonna be the problem, though. Weather overly warm. Alright, first things first. I hate third person. I forget how to get out of this. Here we go. Alright. Perform a scan to find sodium. scanner critically damaged. Scanner is a personal surface radar. Releases technology is critically damaged. Ferrite dust 0.75. Gather ferrite dust for repairs. So we can whip out our trusty mining laser. Now this isn't going to give us ferrite dust, but come up here and search these. Well, we got a little bit of sodium and some life support gel. That'll come in handy. There we go. Here's some ferrite dust. It says unidentified mineral, and it gives us ferrite dust down there in the bottom right. We need 75, we've got 24, so we'll hit a couple more of these stones. And in the top right, you can see the heat on the mining beam. If it goes the whole way up, you have to wait a little bit for your mining beam to recharge. But as it gets closer to the top, you do more damage, so you want to try and get it up close to the top without going the whole way and overheating. It's like you're playing Price is Right rules. Closest without going over. Alright, so repair scanner damage. Press touchpad to access multi-tool inventory. There we go. And you just hit X to repair. Now we're looking to recharge hazard protection. We use our little scan, and we're looking for sodium. There's sodium right there. Got a little jetpack we can use. There's some sodium. And you'll see in the bottom left the little flame icon with the red is mostly full.
Starship signal detected.
So that's good. We've got I don't know what this is. There was an update like where you did trash recycling or something. That's probably what that is. That's probably trash to recycle. Now that blue flower that I picked up gave me a jetpack boost, so I could do that for a long ways. Longer than you normally would be able to boost with a jetpack for, so I think we can get jetpack upgrades and stuff as we go along here so that we're able to use less jetpack thruster. That's down there in the bottom right. The left-hand symbol that just disappeared. You'll see it come up here in a second. You can see the little white line, and then it recharges and goes down as you use more of it. There's a ship, and here's where it told us to go. Scenario. Iteration, blah blah blah, deleted. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause, Sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis. Fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. Broadcast. received. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized. Alright, it says investigate the crashed ship. So we'll go over here and hop inside. Iteration blah 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 online. Atlas connection intermittent. Launch thrusters offline. Pulse engine offline. I find myself alone in a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least to that of my exosuit. I'm not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Let's read the log. Log 4925A unavailable. Substituting data. Exosuit connected. Suggestion: pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Repair ship systems. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Pulse engine. Hermetic seal and metal plating to repair. Oh. Here's the ship inventory, by the way. Launch thruster needs pure ferrite and the pulse engine needs hermetic seal and metal plating. Alright. Metal plating. Collect ferrite dust, 48 out of 50. So, back to hunting more ferrite dust. We'll stop and look at this thing first. Sure, we'll take that. Got nanites. Condensed carbon. Atlas Pass V1 required, so we don't have that yet. Sodium nitrate. Still no. Ferrite dust. I think that's here, yeah. Might as well get a little more while we're at it. Weapon charge depleted. At the top, L1 and R1 switch between starship, exosuit, and multi-tool. And then this is the mining beam, and if you hit X on it, you can go to carbon and charge it up. Now this is where they want you to craft a piece of metal plating, which I did with some of the ferrite dust that I had. Getting carbon from the plants and ferrite dust from the rocks for now, and then there'll be other minerals and stuff that you can pick up, and then you can craft a whole bunch of different things. But we're a ways from doing all the fun stuff. Return to the starship to conduct repairs. So we'll go back, hop inside. click on it, and it automatically adds it. Iteration, blah blah blah, functional. Starship critically damaged, vitally missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distress beacon cache. Okay. So back to this thing. I peer inside the beacon's housing. As well as its distress broadcast unit, it contains a planetary chart. Take planetary chart. Planetary chart recovered. Open inventory to view data. Highlight the chart and use square to plot route. Okay.
Navigational data received.
So it basically pings the area. And there's my new target. So we'll just head this way for a little while. And you'll notice that my hazard protection down there in the bottom left was almost completely full. That's because I was in the starship, and I was protected in the starship from the elements. So you can go into buildings or a starship or sometimes underground to hide from the elements and recharge your hazard protection when you need to. Another container. Some sodium. Uh-oh. Now, you do not want to be caught outside when it's storming because your hazard protection really goes down. And some other nasty things can happen, too. Oops, come on. There we go. Yeah, here we are. So you can see the temperature just rocking up in the bottom there, and 186. It's really taking the hazard protection down fast, so we've got to get to this thing as quickly as possible. Oh, during a firestorm, your jetpack has more power too, so there is that. Accessing archive. No one making this recording in case leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damaged, can't find ship. The log finishes and the machine whirls to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Alright, so let's go in this building. And you can see over there in the bottom left our hazard protection going back up because we're out of the elements. Now we'll grab whatever this is. Accessing archive. No one making this recording in case leaving behind. Visor damaged, can't find ship. Recover supplies. And it looks like we got another hermetic seal? Huh. We might have just glitched it. And got 2 for the price of 1. Alright. Some nanites, which is a type of currency in this game. Shield at maximum. Alright, we're good. Let's go outside. It's not storming anymore, so that's good. Language. Oh. So you have to learn, there are different alien species in this game, and you have to learn their languages like 1 word at a time. You don't have to memorize or anything like that. The game does it for you, but as you learn each word, it's like automatically translated whenever they speak to you. So you always want to speak to different aliens, and they give you an option to like learn 1 of their words at a time, and then these things help too. So learn word. You have learned the Vy'keen word for Vy'keen. And the Vy'keen is, of course, one of the races that you run into. Use Analysis Visor L2 to locate Starship. Analysis Visor requires installation. Okay, begin Analysis Visor installation. Open inventory, go to multi-tool, there it is, and Analysis Visor. Now we need carbon nanotubes. So if we go here and craft nanotubes, and then go here and click on it, the nanotubes automatically go in. We get Analysis Visor installed, and now we can analyze things like these little creatures running around, like that thing. And you get units for it, which is another form of currency. Ooh, there's a big boy up there. If you scan all the animals and stuff on a planet, you get a bonus for doing it, so always keep an eye out for them. The red ones, the little red dots are little creatures running around, and the little green paws are the ones that you've already scanned. There's sodium deposits. I think we need a different tool to get those that we don't have yet. Alright, there's our starship. We want to head this way. Send out a little scan pulse. Scan that. Get a little bit of dihydrogen, because that might come in handy later. Technically everything might come in handy later, but I know we'll need some dihydrogen for stuff. And it's always good. Oh, we can scan these plants and stuff before, and now you can see what their name is. We have the option also, let me harvest that, of naming things. So we just discovered that plant, and this is what it's called. I don't know, we'll just name it snake plant. So, rename and upload. snake plant. Three nanite clusters received. So you can upload to the database, and anybody else that comes across this planet will see that you discovered it, or that I discovered it, and what the different things that I named them are. I can also name the planet. It won't. We'll keep it that for now. But you can name your planets. You can name the creatures you find, the minerals you find, the plants that you find. So, just different things. But it's always good to scan stuff because you get some units for it. And you will need units for a bunch of stuff. Now, we're not getting a whole bunch of units for these things. The animals are worth more. But every little bit helps. You also have a melee attack with hitting like the R1 button. So that if you ever run out of charge and don't have anything left to recharge your mining laser with, you can still hit things manually to get the resources out so that you're not just trapped, you know. So, there's always a way. There's some ships going off in the distance. And yes, you can kill the creatures that are running around too and get resources from them, but it's not any kind of resources that we really need at the moment, so I'm just going to pass on that for now. There's only so many spots in the inventory in the suit here. And yeah, it seems like we got a bunch, but it's only these ones with the little box on them. These are not open yet. You can get more slots, you can get these added, but it takes a while, and I think it takes money to do that, so. Alright, looks like we made it back to the ship before our life support and hazard protection ran out. But let's fix the pulse engine. Alright, now we gotta do the lens thruster, and in order to do that, we need pure ferrite. So you gotta get a portable refiner, and in order to make a portable refiner, you need 1 metal plating and 30 oxygen. Now, here's some oxygen right here. But we have to make a metal plating. So, this is our ship's inventory, but we can do it there. As long as we're close enough to the ship, we can draw from its inventory. How do I set this down? R2. Alright, so let's... Now, ferrite dust. Actually, let's put rusted metal in. And some of this condensed carbon as fuel. And we can make ferrite dust out of the rusted metal that we have. It's going to take a minute and something. Let's hop into the ship to make sure that our... Oops. The ship, not the... There we go. Now, our health down there in the bottom left is almost the whole way down, so... We want to look... We've got life support gel. We can put that in to the life support, and it recharges our life support back up. But, okay. Should be about ready. Oh, 60% of the way there. Okay. Just wait for this to finish. And then we can throw the ferrite dust right back in and turn it into some pure ferrite. But yeah, we got that rusted metal off of some of those containers that we looted, so always a good idea to pick up everything if you can. There's 100. That's more than we need, but now you can hit R3 to pick up the whole thing, and I get the carbon back that was inside of it too. Alright. There's the pure ferrite. There's the dihydrogen. All systems functional. Seek answers among the stars. Use R2 to take off. And here we go. So let's go at a 90-degree angle so that we can head as directly towards space as possible. The Oshendi I system, or Oshendi 1. And I discovered this, so I could rename the system if I wanted to. Alright, orbital flight achieved. Test Starship systems. Test flight controls and thrust. Alright, there's the R2, and flying around a bit. Test Starship systems. Test boost with circle. Okay. Test Starship Systems 2 of 3. Hold L1 and R1 to test pulse engine. Okay. And we're getting a message on the communicator. Let's check it out. Incoming transmission. Source. Whatever. Please identify yourself. Identify yourself. You are not alone. Follow the broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Input coordinate data. Alright. Captain Moon. Paradise planet. That's good. Oops. Come on. And a barren planet. And you can see on the radar at the bottom, if I go up, different planets and stuff come into view. Now this is the one we were just on. There's one here. And then you hit the scanner and then it tells you what kind. Caustic planet. Now, that has ancient bones on it. Those are really good to sell. So we've got a planet in this system that has fungal mold, copper, ammonia, and salt in large quantities. And then ancient bones on it too. At some point we'll have to dig for those and sell them. This moon, copper, gold, and sodium. Starbulb copper, paraffinium, and salt. And then what did this one have? Cactus flesh, copper, pyrite, and salt. But we'll put our target on the signal source, and then we'll hit the pulse drive with L1 and R1, and it will automatically head towards this signal. We don't have to do anything. Once it gets close, it'll zip along as close to the atmosphere and everything as possible. And take us as close to the source as possible here. See, here we go. And then it starts heading down. And you'll notice that whenever we took off or we land, it's basically a seamless transition between space and the ground. It's not a whole bunch of loading screens and stuff like some other space games, which is what you want. Find the signal source. Approach the site and slow down. Land. Okay, we're here. So it tells us that we have to go in this direction with our visor. And we could be scanning stuff, but we're in no hurry. This is a paradise planet. Only our health ticks down a little bit, but that's because we're moving around using some of the life support systems. Still a little ways away. And over this way. I'm betting that's it. Yep, seems like it. Sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Decipher signal. Decoding 16. Entry: no fuel and failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, a signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. So let's get the plans. Now we have plans for a base computer. Yes, you can build bases in this game. Rather large and involved bases for a lot of people, but we need chromatic metal for that. And we need a terrain manipulator to get the chromatic metal out of the ground. So carbon nanotubes and dihydrogen jelly. Okay. So we want a terrain manipulator. Jelly and carbon nanotubes. Well, the carbon nanotubes should be easy. We know how to make those. And the dihydrogen jelly, because we have a bunch of dihydrogen, we can make that. Oh, we need 2 carbon nanotubes. Okay. So you can just hover over it and hit the square button to craft another one. And there we go. There's our terrain manipulator. Now, it works kind of like the mining laser, but just on a little bit of a different scale. Let's look for... It's a copper deposit, 500. Oh yeah, let's go that way. And we just hit square on it so that we're... Oops. So that we're locked on, and just makes it easier to get to it. Oh, our ship's in this direction too, which is good. There's another creature. A lot of the creatures in the game won't automatically attack you. A lot of them are passives. But there are some that are just a-holes and will come after you every time they see us, so gotta be aware of that. Look at this little guy. He's just like a little bug slime. Yeah, most of the creatures in this game, even the ones that come after you, aren't much of a threat, to be honest. There are some things that are a threat, other ships, pirates and stuff, and there are some robots and stuff that are not a lot of fun, but I think we'll cover some of that stuff in the next episode. This is a good place to stop for the day, so just make sure you join us for the next episode while we start our mining and creating some more stuff. And as always, like and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of any upcoming content. And thank you for coming along on this journey on No Man's Sky. I think you'll enjoy it. I certainly do. Have a good day and goodbye.